स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We have been studying the childlike faith in God, trust in God, the essential features of a bhakta which leads him to realization. So Sri Ramakrishna was telling regarding that, he is continuing that yearning is like the red sky in the east at dawn. After such a sky, the sun must rise. Immediately after that yearning, one sees God. Let me tell you a story of a boy named Jatila. He used to walk to school through the woods, and the journey frightened him. One day he told his mother of his fear. She replied, "Why should you be afraid? Call Madhusudana." Mother asked the boy, "Who is Madhusudana?" The mother said, "He is your elder brother." One day after this, when the boy again felt frightened in the woods, he cried out, "Oh, brother Madhusudana!" But there was no response. He began to weep aloud. "Where are you, brother Madhusudana? Come to me. I am afraid." God could no longer stay away. He appeared before the boy and said, "Here I am. Why are you frightened?" And so saying, he took the boy out of woods and showed him the way to school. When he took leave of the boy, God said, "I will come whenever you call me. Do not be afraid." One must have faith of a child, this yearning. So, Sri Ramakrishna is making us clear that longing heart we saw in the last class, where the mind reasons no more. Intellect doesn't bring logic into picture. All intellect and mind merge in the heart. Heart alone speaks. It weeps for God. It weeps for the thing he needs. So that weeping, in which there is no reasoning, only trust and faith, which makes him call on God with faith and trust. And whole thing is happening in the background stands the love. He loves God. He wants God to be with him. Love is where we unite. Hatred is where we dissociate. And this love is beyond raga, dvesha, attachments and aversions. Pure love where there is neither giving nor taking, but each wants to live and merge in the other. So, two souls coming together, God and Bhakta coming together, the devotee and the Lord coming together to remain eternally one. They want to become one. So, this is the background where why do I want God? Here The boy's example is given, he is frightened. But here, what we are seeking in this world, every jiva, is I want happiness, I want peace, I want freedom, total freedom from all bondages and limitations. That is possible only by attaining God, the Spirit. So, God realization alone makes you enter into eternal life of everlasting peace, bliss, and love. That's why we are seeking. What the every jiva is seeking is peace, bliss, and love. These three things. Love is freedom. Freedom is love. So these three entities, I want peace, I want happiness, I want freedom. These three eternally, in an unchanging way, becomes yours only by realizing God. Realization of God is transcendence of nature. I have internal nature, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, ahankara, raga, dvesha, all these imperfections and impurities are there within me. I have to get rid of it. External, I am identifying with the body and bodily conditions I am owning. External nature and internal nature I have to be free from. That is, they free from nature forever. So this is the one example Sri Ramakrishna gives. The calling a boy going to school in the alone in the forest. He walks alone, long way to go. Formerly, even in our childhood days, we used to see all students minimum walking 5 to 6 miles every day, going to school and returning same time. Almost 1 hour, 1.5 hours they have to walk and go, walk and come. So this, suppose there is a forest through which you have to go and no other companions. Some students will be going, with them to go, we don't. Suppose I am late by 5 minutes. Suppose I am late by 10 minutes. All students were gone. I run and see nobody is there in the forest. I start going alone. Then slowly fear dawns. As we enter into deeper forest, sometimes some sounds will be coming. And the childhood days, it is not adult moving about in the forest. It is a child moving about. So he gets lot of fear, especially when sound comes. Even some other children shout somewhere. His heart starts shrinking and weeping. No, I have nobody here to protect me. So there he sees that Lord is participating. God is all pervading. Wherever there is the heart that is pure is where it can manifest. Now all channels, TV channels are there everywhere, nook and corner of this world. But wherever there is a unit, the TV unit, it manifests there. Any channel you can open. But condition is that unit must be in good condition. TV set must be in good condition. If it is not there, it will not work. So pure, divine heart, he can manifest. Though he is all pervading, he cannot manifest if there is some defect, some shortcoming. I am holding on somewhere to the world. I can't. It is not a password. All clean. I am not attached to world, but I lovingly serve and do all my duties of life. Wherever God has placed me, I accept the world as it is and where I have to serve, What are my duties and responsibilities of a place? What am I in family? What am I in society? What am I in work field? What am I in this universe? I fulfill all these duties and responsibilities with great love and concern, dedicating, but without attachments, without seeking anything, without expectations. I do all things and offer it to the divine. Then that heart is ready for God's manifestation. So it must be clean, it must be free. It is not holding anything, nothing is holding him. So there it becomes. But one thing we must always remember is duties and responsibilities. As long as our body is in good condition, till the ecstatic love of God makes me forget the world and body, I am not able to take care of myself, then of course no more duties. God will take the charge of my place and work. So here we see a Brahmin used to worship, and Sri Ramakrishna is continuing with another example. A Brahmin used to worship his family deity daily with food offerings. One day he had to go away on business. As he was about to leave the house, he said to his young son, "Give the offering to the deity today. See that God is fed." The boy offered the food in the shrine, but the image remained silent on the altar. All it would neither talk nor eat. The boy waited for a long time, but still the image did not move. But the boy firmly believed that God would come down from his throne, sit on the floor, and partake the food. Again and again he prayed to the deity, saying, "O Lord, come down and eat the food. It is already very late. I cannot sit here any longer." But the image did not utter a word. The boy burst into tears and cried, "O Lord, my father asked me to feed you. Why don't you come down? Why don't you eat from my hands?" The boy wept for some time with longing soul. At last the deity, smiling, came down from the altar and sat before the meal and ate it. After feeding the deity, the boy came out of the shrine room. His relative said, "The worship is over. Now bring away the offering." "Yes," said the boy, "the worship is over, but the God has eaten everything." "How is that?" asked the relatives. Boy replied innocently, "Why, God has eaten the food." They entered the shrine and were speechless with wonder to see that the deity had eaten away a bit of the offering, really eaten every bit of the offering. Late in the afternoon, Sri Ramakrishna was talking to him. So Sri Ramakrishna gave two important stories of a boy, because here he is continuously, the girl earlier who had lost her husband during childhood itself, and that story, and the Madhusudana and the boy story going through the forest for their school, and this story, Brahmin boy as priest offering food to God. All the three are associated with childhood days, where innocence and purity of the heart remains. The same condition, just like when we do a worship, we have to do as the sages did. Now, it's called Rishyadinyasa. Suppose I am going to do a particular act. The act must be exactly tallying with the person who has done it earlier. Now, Meera bhajans. Meera sang certain bhajans where Krishna appeared. But when I sing, he may not. Because with the same bhavana, the feelings, same longing, same awareness, where the awareness of world has disappeared, awareness of God alone lingers in heart and mind. In that state it is possible. So that aspect this is called Rishyadinyasa. So I identify with that person who has done and attained to do the same way. In the world, it is Kriya Pradhana. Action is more important than feelings in the world where we are living. But in spiritual world, it is Bhavana Pradhana, not Kriya Pradhana. It is not action predominates. Here feelings predominate. Whatever you do is less important, and how you do, with what feelings, is most important part that we need to concentrate upon. So here we see that Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example of children. Childhood days, how pure, how innocent, how clear our mind would be. We need to cultivate and maintain the same feelings, same way. I am not attached anywhere. I am totally dependent on Mother there. Like that, I must be dependent on God for everything. Calling through the heart, calling through the, with all faith and trust. The faith is where God will surely answer my prayers. He will take me. Just like when I go to my mother as a child, I don't have any doubt she will refuse me anything. And refusal is for my good. She gives reasons why you should not. She loves, she takes care, she is concerned, she participates. Every bit of my existence she is taking care. The same thing applies here. In place of mother, we are keeping the God, and in place of child, I am there, the sadhaka is there. With the same bhavana, with the same state of existence, we approach God. So Sri Ramakrishna is giving continuously the various aspects of childhood faith. Another place Sri Ramakrishna says, tell a child ghost exists in that room, 100% he believes. There is a ghost in that room. He will never go near this one. Even for children, if you tell anything, they will immediately. Police van is coming, the child will come running inside out of fear. If mother will say 10 times, don't go, don't go, don't go. Then if she says some police vehicle is coming or some beggar is coming who is going to catch the children and go away, she immediately runs inside. So that kind of faith in the words of, we have to have the faith in words of the saints and scriptures. That's called Shraddha. Shraddha has two aspects. One is faith in the scriptures and enlightened souls. Other part of Shraddha is my total dedication and offering, my self-offering, unconditional giving of myself, devoting my all things, my body, mind, senses, intellect, heart, everything is being put, and that kind of devotion. These two will make us always, it's called Shraddha. With Shraddha, we have to move. Master, late in the afternoon, Sri Ramakrishna was talking to him, the author of this scripture, which we are reading now, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. They were standing on the south side of Nabat. Since it was winter, Master was wrapped in his woolen shawl. Master, where will you sleep? In the hut in the Panchavati? M. Won't they let me have the room on the upper floor of Nabat? M selected Nabat because he had poetic temperament. From there he could see sky, Ganges, moonlight, the flowers in the garden. Master, oh, they will let you have it. But I suggested the Panchavati. Now we see that in Panchavati there are two aspects of Dakshineswara. One is Panchavati and Nabat. Nabat is a upper room in the Nabat building, small, almost a person can hardly sleep in it. 6 by 6, suppose a room is there. It is a octagon, but if we suppose side to side, it may be 6 or 7 feet. So such a small room on the above. About 9 to 10 feet above. Beyond that is another part. So to stay there, he preferred because in the vast, usually you see sadhakas like the river banks, oceans, mountains on which they can stand and see vast areas, huge horizon. The mind expands, heart expands as we go a higher and higher level. So he has a little poetic tendency. Poetic tendency means loving nature and bringing nature into our mind and our life. So this expansion of he wanted, so he selected that. But Sri Ramakrishna wants him to go inward. He wants to expand externally. M selected the Nabat because he had a poetic temperament. From there he could see the sky, the Ganges, the moonlight, and the flowers in the garden. Master, oh, they say they will let you have it, but I suggested the Panchavati because so much of contemplation and meditation have been practiced there, and the name of God has been chanted there so often. The spiritual atmosphere created, spiritual vibrations created is different from the nature we are going to experience through senses. Nature we are going to enjoy. Beautiful things, but it is temporary, appearing and disappearing like clouds. We have to go little deeper into ourselves. We remain the same and experience the world. But in spiritual world, we are entering within ourselves to deeper layers of existence We are while observing nature, enjoying nature, we are externally fixing our whole mind and things. Here internal, lot of difference is there between being extrovert and introvert. The Sri Ramakrishna wants him to realize God. What is going to fall off? Know yourself, who are you in this body? Know who is God beyond this universe, who is source and culmination of all that exists. So Sri Ramakrishna wants him to be in spiritual atmosphere, spiritual awareness. The journey outside is no doubt, it is so nice. But when compared to the inner journey, where you are transcending all the limitations and all types of limitations which we find in external world, bondage and suffering we are going to overcome, and then unlimited, eternal bliss and peace we are going to achieve. What a large difference it makes, large difference it creates. So Sri Ramakrishna wanted him. He says, oh, they will let you have it. But I suggested the Panchavati because so much of contemplation and meditation. Contemplation is where I bring to my mind and feel with the heart certain things. I bring to my mind and feel in my mind I am thinking of God. And suppose His ocean of Ananda Sagara, I am bringing to mind, I feel with my heart is contemplation. Meditation is I am entering into a state where I experience it directly. So it creates lot of difference. So Sri Ramakrishna wants him that to be realized by him. So meditation has been practiced, and there the name of God has been chanted so often. The name of God has been chanted so often, where God's name is constantly being sung or has been chanted. Names and glories of God have been chanted. There an atmosphere gets created. That atmosphere is of a different nature. That atmosphere is spiritual vibrations which suppress our bodily existence, suppress our mental thoughts pertaining to the world. Feelings pertaining to the world it suppresses, and awakens spiritual vibrations pertaining to my heart. I feel at the core of my being the presence of God. Mind is filled with divine awareness, divine thoughts. My senses are able to perceive, penetrate into nature and perceive the divinity. So that is the spiritual vibrations which Sri Ramakrishna want him to experience and dive within. The moment these conditions come, then he can dive within and take the journey to the innermost core. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavikraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.